So, to recap what we had just done, we talked about our primary game states and how we're going to build the game, having a scene for each of these, and then building down from there till we get to way more granularity. We're going to start with the battle map. We are talking about, or we talked about, our setting, which is going to be a cyberpunk fantasy setting of my own design. We talked about how we wanted to implement a basic attack with quick time or skill based actions, where we basically wanted to make things not boring. We wanted to implement something similar to Legend of Dragoon, where you hit a base attack, then you need to hit a couple quick time events or prompts or whatever we decide and do extra damage or do damage at all or do cool shit. In light of that as well, given the idea that I like accessibility, we are also going to have the option to turn that off or auto finish it, so that anybody who may not be capable of handling those or want to or really struggles with them, we will turn them off so they can enjoy the full breadth of the game. We talked about our magic system, which was keyword based in the idea that we are taking strings for programming and slotting different parts that we've collected into it, and basing that collection system off of maybe it's learned knowledge or bought knowledge or something unlocked, anything like that. Maybe we found a forbidden programming book in a back alley somewhere buried under the corpses of 1,000 people. Stuff like that, where we want to find these and implement them into a versatile system. We talked about our 3 pillars for combat, which was, let's actually differentiate that, engaging basic attacks, the varied magic system, and we want equipment to be useful and do things. We don't want numbers-based items. We talked about the generalities of how finite state machines work, how states existed, and the functionality of scenes and nodes and how they play into Godot or Godot, because we're going to continue to flip between those because we don't know any better. What I think we're going to do is completely flub our way through making something. We're going to try to get my basic tile map on screen and displaying properly, I think, as a first step, which one would hope is not too difficult, but I'm kind of winging it on this one. So we have our main scene. I'm going to get rid of our test scene because we're not doing anything with it, and I want to keep this as clean as possible. So we have our script, which we're not doing anything with. We have our test scene, which no longer exists, so don't save. And we have our main scene in general. What we're going to do, since we have a 2D node as our base, which I don't know if we necessarily need, we might have to restructure that, but we're going to do anyway. We're going to start a new scene. This is going to be our battle map scene. So let's also just start with a base 2D node, because then it'll inherit the node stuff down and gives us something controllable. So let's call this battle map, and that is definitely subject to change. So I'm curious. I don't know if there's actually any tiled integrations for Godot. Godot 3. This might be something we want to look at. As we had said in our first episode there, we are looking at learning things together. So you'll see me Google stuff, you'll see me open stuff up, and you'll see me break things horrendously. So this seems like it could work. I actually have no idea how to install these, so that'll be neat. That did nothing. Why are you being like this? Stop. So let's do you. Download as a zip arcade. Oh, look at that. That is. Oh, look at you. Beauty. That's easy. Duly noted. And if this is something we want to use, then we'll keep using it. Well, that is actually something I did want to save. So, where does it install to? Neat. I don't know where they install to, so what does the documentation say? Ah, it's in project settings. Okay. I don't know if we actually installed that. Let's go back to the documentation because this is going to be our life now. I see. Boy, it doesn't like it when I click that. Oh, beauty. Okay, how do we use it? I wonder if she's got her readme. That she most certainly does not. So what we're gonna do is just fill this out because I want as much like flat pathing as humanly possible. Totally okay. We are going to keep some craggles, I guess we'll call them, because I'm looking to test some stuff out with this once we get it in there. So, sport. I wish I understood how to use that. That would be really neat. Have it. Alright, well, learning. Export this as a, yeah, keep it as a tiled map. Make a new node for it. That's neat. I didn't actually know that. It has versioning control. We will likely set up a Git repository to use because we want to make sure if whatever happens to my machine doesn't lose us everything, because that would be a really big sad. I think we just did this one. Yeah, this is the one we just did. So why can't I import anything from it? Oh, let's go ahead and try this out. We want to do a viewport, because this is what we want to define with our screen. I'm going to build this out as just an HD screen. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look up what that does on world. I wonder if that handles levels and such. T-res, res, and worlds. It's looking for resources, so I bet you if we add a resource. I wonder if it puts them in here. Let's go ahead and do that as that. Now let's if it has a GitHub, it likely has a README on here because that's what we do. Battle with Godot 3.0, which is what we're using. Installation. Usage. Look at that. Place your maps inside. Oh. Alright. We were overthinking this quite a bit. Test map .tmx. We want the one from today. Really, I exported that earlier. Yeah, I don't think I like that at all. You lied to me, game. Or you lied to me. Read me. Let's try exporting it as something else. Let's try JSON. Oh, that one I liked a little bit better. Let's put it under viewport. Ho ho. Beauty. Interesting. So it doesn't see it through there. Put it under here for now. Whoa. Do 700. I want to scale it up. So, quick note about pixel art and pixel sprites in general. You always want to scale up by whole numbers, by like double, triple, quadruple. Scaling it up by weird amounts can screw up the pixeling. Generally, I'm going to be handling that outside of Godot. And rather than screw around with the scaling in here, I'd rather scale it outside and then import it as the size it needs to be. But for testing purposes, we're gonna try to get this to where we want it. Boy, that's a really high thing. Yeah, see, here's the problem with the scaling is it's coming out really, really blurry. I wonder what we set this as. With those are the tile properties. That's the grid width in tiles, though. I want to look at that because, like, if we super expand on this, it's definitely not fuzzy. It's because that's a picture. This is just a picture of that instead of the actual tiles. So that tile map thing might not be the best bet. Could also be the scaling here. Let's see what happens when we zoom in again. Yeah, it's still pretty blurry, and we want crisp pixels in order to handle this. Yeah, and it's got these weird artifacts in there, which we do not have here. So that is going to be a challenge we're going to have to look at solving. Something I might have to take a look at for this. Ooh. Designs that like that. This is our base zoom. It's way more than 32 for sure. Because if we go back to Aseprite and we look at these are 16 by 16 tiles. Each of these 32 by 32 tiles. Each of these is 16. That would make sense because this is properly showing them as 32 by 32. That's 4. 64. Yeah, that's not changing anything useful. So, first roadblock is trying to get things to draw properly without being gross. What if we took these and increased their size? Let's take you. Actually, 3. 1, 2, 3 size. That is not the technical way to do things, but that should be. It should fit. I bet you we'd fit 4 of these into each block. If this was a layer behind, it would fit. Yep. There we go. Yeah, so that does look to be 4 times. As if we put this up at the same height. Maybe not. I might have to play around with that. Figure that out. I just want to scale you up. Interesting. 256 is 512. Oh, that just scaled them all up. Okay. That's odd. No, that does it. Double down on some of the border, though. Not thrilled about that. But I guess it makes sense. Save that because we can always readjust number of columns. Whoa. We're gonna have to rebuild that whole thing because it does not like what I just did. So it does pull live information. So every time I update this, that will update as well. odd that it said the sprite was 512 by 512. I guess that's the whole canvas. It's the canvas size. That's alright. That's a problem we'll solve at some point. I would like to re-pull that in. Tile width would be 64 by 64, and the spacing should still be that's 32. Yep. Browse. Yeah, that pulled in. Oh, except for whatever that is, but I'm pretty sure that's because it's this one here. Now we can do another tileset. New map. We'll use this one. I think we might need to adjust the or by 32. Save it over to. Oh, there we go. All right. Really don't want this grid to be as big as it is. I want to like pull this chunk out. Tiles, 100 tiles. Let's do 20. There we go. And I bet you that'll import a little nicer. Test map. All right. So it's still a little on the blurry side when it's in because it is just an image. But if we do this at 100% zoom, it looks pretty decent for what it is. So I'm gonna count that as a win. Don't want to have you, and we don't need you. So successfully, we have in this one built in a proper tile set importer, which seems like we'll be able to use it. We've gotten it on screen. We're gonna get it displaying when we run it. And we're gonna see actually if I run it right now. Select. All right. And look at that. We have it on screen. So I'm gonna count that as a win today, and I think we're gonna call it there. So I appreciate everybody coming out to watch this. And as always, I'm going to leave you with some music. Take a look at YouTube if you want to rewatch these and see everything going on. Thank you, and have a great week this week.